We now continue with AC circuit analysis, and I will now try to simplify the things of AC circuit analysis. We found that because of differential equation or because of the nature of inductor, we not discussed, because of nature of inductor and capacitor, we find that analyzing it for AC circuits, when I mean AC circuits, analyzing it for those systems in which a sinusoidal input is there, what we can say, things are not so easy, and we've tried by going with trigonometric equation analysis, and it becomes a complex trigonometry. One more thing is that why AC is popular, I would like to make it very clear, because AC transmission was popular, or AC circuit analysis, all these things came into picture because generating AC is much easy with the help of a generator, which is a machine, a rotating machine, which rotates with the help of either heat engine or with the help of a hydropower plant using hydraulics. So there are various ways to generate electricity. We are having electrochemical cell, nowadays solar and all these things, but when we look back few centuries ago, that time generating electricity with the help of a mechanical unit which is rotating, means a rotating mechanical unit was the easiest way to generate electricity using Faraday's laws, using electromagnetics, and the generated electricity was AC, and therefore all the things like capacitor, inductor, resistor and all these things were required to be analyzed for AC input. That is the scenario. So now I will explain in today's lecture a simple technique to deal with all these AC circuits, wherein it is not that I am telling something new. This you have been knowing since maybe now high school days. J, or sometimes it is called as I also, is equal to root of -1, which doesn't exist and which you say to be imaginary. The reasoning for J, how it is to be, what we can say, visualized and all these things, it will take some time. I will put an additional session on that, but right now I would like to clarify it at the outset, because such confusion of imaginary nature because of the term J introduced in impedance is quite universal both in time and space domains. Students used to get confused years back, and students are confused everywhere in the world. The thing is that whenever we introduce the impedance at J, then the concept is, it is imaginary. So it is very difficult perception. The concept of imaginary is perceivable if something is real. In electrical engineering or electronics engineering, where voltage itself imaginary, which is something not real, I will use the word Marathi. खऱ्या नोटा आणि व्यापारातल्या नोटा, खऱ्या नोटा खऱ्या, व्यापारातल्या नोटा काल्पनिक. So that is perceived immediately because you have something which is real. Whereas when we talk about electricity and especially voltage, the concept of real voltage cannot be appropriately visualized by me, and against that scenario, concept of something imaginary voltage or current is highly elusive. लक्षात आलं का? म्हणजे खऱ्या नोटा, काल्पनिक नोटा, यामध्ये खऱ्या नोटा काय याबद्दलची माझी धारणा पक्की असल्यामुळं काल्पनिक नोटा ही संकल्पना मला लगेच पटते. पण इलेक्ट्रिसिटीमध्ये, इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंगमध्ये, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजिनिअरिंगमध्ये खरं व्होल्टेज म्हणजे काय, व्होल्टेज हे माझ्या हातांना जाणवत नसल्यामुळं, किंवा आपण आरशात बघतो, हा पेनची एवढी लांबी आहे, या इतक्या एक 10 सेंटीमीटर लांबीचा हा पेन आहे, हे 10 सेंटीमीटर खरं आहे, आणि आरशातली प्रति माहिती खोटी आहे, आभासी आहे. हे मला कळतं कारण एक खरं मला जाणवतं, मी खऱ्या पेनला हात लावू शकतो, मला ह्याचा जाणीव होते, याच्या उंचीची जाणीव मला होते. अँड इन दॅट कॉन्टेक्स्ट आय कॅन अप्रोप्रिएटली अंडरस्टँड व्हॉट इज व्हर्च्युअल, व्हॉट इज इमॅजिनरी, विच इज इन मिरर. हाऊएव्हर व्होल्टेज म्हणजे काय हे माझ्या ज्ञानेंद्रियांना कळत नसल्यामुळं, खरं व्होल्टेज म्हणजे काय हेच मला माहित नसल्यामुळं, इमॅजिनरी व्होल्टेज म्हणजे काय ही तर फार मोठी कोड आहे, पटले ते कळत नाही. सो आय वुड लाईक टू क्लॅरिफाय ॲट वन्स, देर इज नथिंग लाईक रियल ऑर इमॅजिनरी व्होल्टेज. वी आर टेकिंग हेल्प ऑफ दिस J simply as a tool. We are taking help of this J simply as a tool to map the trigonometric functions in an appropriate manner. We are taking help of J as a tool to map trigonometric functions in appropriate manner and for nothing else. Therefore, at this point of time, you only remember two things. What is number one is that J square equal to -1, that you remember, you know already somehow, real or pseudo I don't know. And one more thing which you remember, it is a very one thing that don't tell somebody else that this is told in the class, because if they do not have appropriate perception, they will ask you a question whether are you studying in an engineering college or it's something like ITA also, because I am telling you simple techniques. And the next is, it is what I again repeat, don't tell it to anybody else who is not in our class. The next is J sin omega t is cos omega t. J square equal to -1 and J sin omega t is cos omega t. J sin omega t is cos omega t. Just these are thumb rules. This I am telling for simplification. And another thing which is very important is, in that case then what would be 1 plus J sin omega t? 1 plus J sin omega t would be sin omega t plus cos omega t. And remember, sin omega t plus cos, how? Because it would be sin omega t plus J sin omega t, and J sin omega t is cos omega t. So sin omega t plus cos omega t. So what is sin omega t plus cos omega t? It is addition of sinusoids. So these two I will be writing at this right hand corner of the board. So you should always remember J square equal to -1 and J sin omega t equal to cos omega t. Then you will say I again tell you, don't tell anywhere, otherwise you will go somewhere and tell, in that case then whether J equal to sin omega t, cos omega t upon sin omega t, whether that is J is equal to cot omega t. Don't do that. This is I am telling just as some thumb rules which will help, which will make your tasks easier. And then sin omega t plus cos omega t, what will happen? Sin omega t is will form like this, and cos omega t is will form like this. When these two add, what will happen? When these two waveforms add at pi by 4, we reach to maximum of root 2. At pi by 4 we reach to maximum of root 2. Here it will be 1 root 2 pi by at 3 pi by 4 pi by 2 plus pi, at pi by 4 pi by 2 plus pi by 4 it will reach minima. So it would be something like root 2 sine of omega t plus pi by 4. It would be omega t plus pi by 4. Sine of omega t plus pi by 4. So I again repeat that there is nothing like imaginary current in electrical engineering. We are taking help of, we can solve and find everything. We can solve and find everything in electric circuit consists of resistor, inductor and capacitor. We can find everything without using J, for which we tried in the last lecture. But only thing is that we would be required to have a rigorous trigonometric analysis, and you will get a feel that you are in junior college days rigorously preparing for JEE, that the complexity of trigonometric thing would be to that extent. That is the only problem, except that there is no problem. Then this defining impedance or introducing the concept of J for dealing with reactive components like inductor and capacitor is to simplify the things. There is no imaginary impedance, there is no imaginary current. So J tells us, that's why I have taken by this what I mean, J tells us phase shift. J sine omega, or J tells us 90 degrees. That is, again it is said that you can plot 1, you can plot J here, you can plot J square minus 1 here, you can plot minus J here. So J means rotation. So actually we don't have that much time to explain the concept of imaginary identity J or root of minus 1, or anyway, now we have come to a situation. What is square root? So root of 9 is 3, means multiplying 1 by 3 twice. 9 मराठीत सांगतो, 9चं वर्गमूळ 3 आहे. म्हणजे काय, 1 ला 3 न 2दा गुणायचं. म्हणजे 1 ला 3 ने, म्हणजे 1 ह्या युनिट आयडेंटिटीवर 3 न गुणण्याची प्रक्रिया 2दा करायची, किंवा तीच प्रक्रिया, कुठली प्रक्रिया, 3 न गुणायची 2दा करायची. म्हणजे स्क्वेअर रूटचा अर्थ काय की हाऊ मीन्स स्क्वेअर रूट ऑफ 16 is 4. म्हणजे 1 कडून 16 कडे तुम्ही कसं जाता, 1 ला 4 न गुणल्याचं एकदा आणि पुन्हा तेच करायचं. स्क्वेअर करतो म्हणजे काय करतो, तर जे आत्ता करतो ते पुन्हा करतो. एक प्रोसेस 2दा राबवायची, तीच प्रोसेस. So square root of 16 is 4 means, listen very carefully, anyway I am telling the glimpse. Square root of some number means what? We identify that process when which is repeated on 1 twice leads to that number. Root of 25 is 5, means multiplying 1 by 5 twice. Then root of minus 1. What I said? We are interested in repeating same process that need not be necessarily multiplication on the same number line. जेव्हा एकाच संख्या रेषेवर 1 आहे 4 आहे, 1 ला किंवा 1 आहे 9 आहे, 1 ला 1 ची तिप्पट, तिपटीची तिप्पट म्हणजे 9, चौपटीची चौपट म्हणजे 16. Therefore 3 is square root of 9, 4 is square root of 16. Then 1 वर कुठली प्रोसेस केली दोनदा की -1 येईल? मग तशी प्रोसेस नाही आहे. मग नाही, mathematicians do not believe in no. So they have said that there is a hypothetical process. Hypothetical process mean अशी कुठलीच प्रोसेस नाही की जी 1 वर तीच प्रोसेस दोनदा केली तर -1 येतो. तर त्यांनी काय काढलं? Why you worry? I introduce a new process of rotation. One more axis is created and rotation by pi by 2 on 90 degrees is a process which when repeated twice leads to -1. लक्षात आलं का बघा? 1 ला 90 अंशात एकदा रोटेट करायचं, पुन्हा तेच करायचं -1. सो रूट ऑफ -1 that is j is related to, in other way, shifting by phase shifting by 90 degrees. All these things are related. You will be getting slow understanding. It is not what we can say something which is rocket science which you don't understand, but it is not simple, what we can say primary standard arithmetic, which would be most easy to understand. You need to apply some of your intellect mind here. So remember right now, j root of -1, j sin omega t is cos omega t, or in general j is a phase shift of 90 degrees, and 1 plus j is a complex number. When you multiply it by sin omega t, you get sin omega t plus j omega t, sin omega t plus j sin omega t. It is in a way phase shifted sinusoid. So this is something which is you might be carrying perception that the thing which is there with j remains separate, but it is not here. So multiplying j means shifting the sinusoid by 90 degrees. So concept of multiplying by j is shifting sinusoid by 90 degrees phase anti-clockwise. I hope it is very clear now. So with this we revisit the concept of impedance, and then everything would be absolutely clear without any doubt. And after this the entire AC analysis will be more simpler. There is no need for me to explain each and every bit, because I have shown you the direction appropriately. Then resonance and all those things are highly simple. You can read that material anytime. So we would be covering most of the things once we finish this, and then some difficult things still remain which we'll address slowly. So now I again do the same thing with this. Now how things become simple. Let us again, let there be input is V in is equal to sin omega of, not I say V in, I say very clearly V in t, because it changes with time. V in t is equal to, I keep some amplitude A sin omega t, and this is the capacitance of value C, capacitance C. Then what is the current now? IT. So IT would be C dV by dt. So IT would be C A omega cos omega. C A omega cos omega. What is Vt? If we talk of I can say ICT, because it is same. And what is VCT? VCT is as given because it is directly connected A sin omega. Then last time also we did it. A concept is defined for capacitor, म्हणजे कॅपॅसिटरचा रेझिस्टन्स सारखा वाटणारा पॅरामीटर. What is impedance? Or to be very precise, reactance, a term which is there with capacitor which looks like something similar of resistance for a resistor. कॅपॅसिटन्स आहे पण त्याचा कॉन्टेक्स्ट वेगळा आहे. रेझिस्टन्स सारखी वाटणारी कॅपॅसिटी सिस्टमला रिॲक्टन्स म्हणलेला आहे. सो दॅट इज व्हॉट इज रेझिस्टन्स लाईक V by I, VCT upon ICT. It is now A sin omega t. Then you will say, oh sir, you repeated this last week. Are you killing time? No. And you use interchangeably, wisely as you wish. जिथं पाहिजे तिथं कॉस ओमेगाला जे साइन ओमेगा टी करायचं, जिथं पाहिजे तर जे कॉस जे साइन ओमेगा टी आलं तर कॉस ओमेगा टी करायचं. आयदर वे एज यू चूज. इथं काय वर साइन आहे, खाली कॉस आहे, साइन उडवायचं आहे. So put cos omega t equal to j sin omega t and you get an instantaneous answer that is equal to A sin omega t upon C A omega j sin omega t. Then what goes? A goes, sin omega t goes, and what remains is 1 upon j omega c. 1 upon j omega c. This is called as reactance xc. तुम्ही 11वी मध्ये कदाचित नुसताच 1 upon omega c शिकला असेल. Now it is 1 upon omega c. What is the difference? What is the difference? Resistance resistors are म्हणजे voltage and current are in phase. Capacitance reactance 1 upon j omega c म्हणजे ratio of amplitudes of voltage and current for a given frequency and for given capacitance c are 1 upon omega c. That is ratio of amplitudes, and this j indicates phase. It indicates that voltage and current are not in phase but are with a phase difference of 90 degrees. Current leads voltage in capacitor. Current leads by lead and lag is somewhat confusing term because we exactly don't visualize immediately, but right now we can exact lead lag concept we will take some time, but we can say that there is a 90 degrees phase difference. Voltage means what we conclude, a sinusoid waveform of voltage across capacitor and sinusoidal current through the capacitor are phase shifted by 90 degrees, and the ratio of amplitudes is given by 1 upon omega c and j indicates phase. So xc capacitive reactance includes a term j in the denominator which is indicative of phase difference between voltage and current across the capacitor. Now there is alternative way. It is also expressed as, if you multiply numerator and denominator by j, it would be minus j upon omega c. It would be minus j upon omega c. Right? So this is reactance of the capacitor xc. Reactance of the capacitor xc. Or there are some ways, this term we can call as x, and we can say that reactance is minus jx. Minus jx. So reactance is expressed as minus j into x, which is 1 upon omega c. So minus, this is minus j into 1 upon omega c. So this is called as x. It is the capacitive reactance without considering phase, ratio of amplitude, voltage and current. Is it right? Now what will we have for inductor? It is quite simple now. If we have an inductor, of value L, again same voltage, Now, what is the formula for inductor between voltage and current? What is the relationship? V is voltage across inductor is L di by dt. So V L T is equal to L d I T by dt. Now integrator we need to integrate, but integration we normally avoid. It's not that something there's phobia of integration. We normally avoid. So what we will be having, it would be L di by dt. Now here this voltage is known, so A sin omega t will be L dilt upon dt. A sin omega t will be L dilt upon dt. Then how we can find it by integration? We can find it by integration, that is L comes in the denominator, but in integration actually we can find that also. L, so dilt by dt is A upon L or sin omega t, then ILT would be A by L sin omega t dt. Constant of integration, all that may come, but it is not so difficult also. So there is no need of for us to avoid integration. That is equal to A upon omega L cos, what is integration of sin omega t? Integration of sin omega t is cos omega t or minus cos omega t. What is integration of sin omega t? So derivative of sin d by d something, what happens is that as we move ahead we forget something. A question was asked to Mukesh Ambani. We had tables, म्हणजे मराठीत सांगतो, शाळेमध्ये पाढे असतात, पाढे पाठ का करायचे? मग मुकेश अंबानीचे म्हणणं, आकाशनं मुकेश अंबानी प्रश्न विचारला, पाढे पाठ का करायचे? तर त्याला एक नाही फार भारी उत्तर दिलं होतं. ते काय उत्तर ते थोडं सर्च करून बघा. त्याचा थोडासा इथं उपयोग असा होतो की काही काही कन्फ्युजन होणारे पॉइंट्स आहेत, मग ते कन्फ्युजन व्हावं का नाही त्या गोष्टी पाठ. आता साइन ओमेगा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह कॉस ओमेगा टी की मायनस कॉस ओमेगा टी, आणि कॉस ओमेगा टी डेरिव्हेटिव्ह साइन ओमेगा टी की मायनस साइन ओमेगा टी, हे पाठ पाहिजे का? हे म्हणजे तुमचं थिंकिंग ॲबिलिटी एवढी पाहिजे की साइन ओमेगा टी दिसल्या साइन ओमेगा टी ते व्हिज्युअलाइज होईल, त्याचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह म्हणजे की तो डेरिव्हेटिव्ह व्हिज्युअलाइज होईल, मग ते दोन मध्ये साइन आणि कॉस ते पॉझिटिव्ह का निगेटिव्ह हे सगळं एकदम डोक्यात येईल का तुमच्या? आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजन्स आणि नॅचरल इंटेलिजन्स हे किती जरी आर्टिफिशियल नॅचरल इंटेलिजन्स मीट करत चालला असला तरी काही गोष्टी हे थोड्याफार ह्युमन बिईंगच्या स्पेशालिटीज आहेत. सो आउट इन दोज स्पेशालिटीज सम ऑफ देम इज की काही गोष्टी या पाठ असल्या बऱ्या असतात, काही गोष्टी या पाठ असल्या बऱ्या असतात. असं नाही आहे की त्या येतच नाहीत, पण काही पाठ असलं तर बरं पडतं. अशातली एक ती गोष्ट आहे डी बाय डी टी ऑफ sin omega t is cos omega t, integration of cos omega t dt is sin omega t. Derivative of cos omega t, derivative of cos omega t प्लस का मायनस, प्लस का मायनस. आता हे एकदम पाठ करायचं का काय करायचं? मग आता हे पाठ पाहिजे. मग पाठ नसेल तर काय कॉस, मग एखादा तुमच्यातला फार हायली इंटेलेक्ट आहे की असलं पाठ भेटतो काय मिळू करणार नाही म्हणतो, पण त्यांना असं लक्षात ठेवलं पाहिजे कॉस ओमेगा टी कर्व काढायचा. जेव्हा झिरोच्या जवळ कॉस कमी होतोय, म्हणजे कॉस कमी होतोय त्याचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह निगेटिव्ह होणार आणि साइन तर पॉझिटिव्ह असतं म्हणून ते मायनस आहे. डेरिव्हेटिव्ह ऑफ कॉस ओमेगा टी साइन ओमेगा टी, आणि म्हणून इंटिग्रेशन ऑफ साइन मायनस साइन ओमेगा टी, इंटिग्रेशन ऑफ मायनस साइन ओमेगा टी dt is minus cos omega. So this would be minus. So what we will get, I remove all this thing. For inductor, what will be the scenario then? VLT is a sin omega t and ILT is minus a cos omega t upon omega L. Minus a cos omega t upon omega L. So what would be impedance or reactance XL? A sin omega t upon minus a cos e j sin omega t upon omega L. That is equal to, what will cancel? A will cancel, sin omega t will cancel, omega L will come on the top, and minus j. Minus j will remain in the bottom. Omega L upon minus j. If we multiply numerator and denominator by j, so that would become, when multiply numerator by j omega L upon minus j square. J square minus 1, so it will be j omega L. So impedance of capacitor is j omega L. What was impedance of inductor? Impedance of capacitor inductor is j omega L. What was impedance of capacitor or reactance of capacitor? Reactance of capacitor was minus j 1 upon omega c and j omega L. So they are having very complementary, reverse than each other. Capacitor and inductor have properties which are reverse in each other. So as frequency omega increases, the value of omega L increases and value of 1 upon omega c decreases. Value of 1 upon omega c decreases. And the phase relationship between V and I is J plus J here, minus J here. That is, for inductor also, there is a phase difference of 90 degrees, but current lags there. Current lags there, and current leads in case of capacitor. So, and for resistor, it is in phase. Resistor what is resistance of resistor? It is simply R. So, what is the difference now? R is independent of omega and neither J nor minus J multiply to R. So, for resistance, voltage and current are in phase. For the inductance, it increases with frequency, there is 90 degrees relationship. It decreases with frequency, there is 90 degrees relationship of exactly reverse nature. So once this is very clear, you can solve any circuit in the world which uses R, L and C. So That would be AC current analysis, AC circuit analysis, and that will also give very simple idea of resonance. We will take various circuits and all Thevenin's theorem, superposition theorem, everything you can apply to AC circuits, and wherever capacitor comes, you take capacitive reactance by minus J into 1 upon omega C. Whenever inductor comes, you take inductive reactance of inductor as J omega L, and everything is quite obvious. We will consider a few examples. Then all rules of J apply, J square minus 1 rationalization and all that which you have learned in 11, 12 is very easy, and this makes the things quite simpler. Remember that J is a tool. Imaginary current stove. We find answers, and then at the end, if you take waveform on CRO, तर CRO ला वेवफॉर्म येते, इंडक्टरच्या अक्रॉस पण येते, कॅपॅसिटरच्या अक्रॉस येते, रेझिस्टरच्या अक्रॉस येते. म्हणजे तिथे इमॅजिनरी असं काही नसतं. सो नाउ we have a simple circuit, and I hope that now I will assign assignments, exercises which you can very easily complete now. R, L and C. V in T equal to A sine, now I can put again omega T. And this to start with, I remember to start with, I will use the values as 1, 1 and 1. And this A also is not playing any role, so I will make A equal to, but I will keep omega. So calculate IT. Question is, calculate IT if I apply a sinusoidal waveform of sine omega t to a circuit of R, L and C, each of value 1, 1 ohm, 1 Henry, 1 farad. So how will you proceed now? Those who want to find the answer on their own should put a pause, try to solve it, and if they get it, they can just replay the things further and verify it. Those who are unable to get it should watch it, and those who think that they are tired, they don't want to attempt now, then continue to watch. So those who want to watch can continue, those who want to pause can put a pause button, work, and then press resume button. So now I will solve. Those who want to solve on their own should pause and try to attempt solving on their own. So it's very easy. So now it is very simple. By giving the imaginary reactances to capacitor and inductor, we treat everything like a resistor. We apply Kirchhoff's laws, we apply superposition theorem, we apply Ohm's law, everything, we have series parallel combination, we apply all kinds of rules we apply, and then this becomes a very simple circuit. I will, in today's lecture and in one more lecture, I will take very critical examples so that you understand the crux. So what will happen now? What is total rate? Now नुसता रेजिस्टन्स म्हणतो, कॅपॅसिटर असेल किंवा इंडक्टर असलं रिॲक्टन्स म्हणतो, आणि रेजिस्टन्स पण आहे आणि कॅपॅसिटन्स किंवा इंडक्टन्स पण आहे, त्याचा रिॲक्टन्स पण आहे, त्याला आपण इम्पिडन्स म्हणतो. सो इम्पिडन्स इज अ जनरल टर्म विच कव्हर्स रेजिस्टन्स, इंडक्टिव्ह रिॲक्टन्स and capacitive reactance, which covers resistance, inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. So impedance is a general term, and we can use all kinds of laws of series parallel combination. So what is total impedance of between A and B? So what is It is equal to V in T upon Z, and the impedance, just like resistance is symbolized by R, impedance is symbolized by Z. Z is a symbol which is total impedance, which includes resistance, capacitive reactance, inductive reactance and their combination. So what it is? So here Z is equal to 1 plus, now what is this? L is 1 ohm, 1 Henry, 1 farad. So what is L? L is 1. What is impedance? Z. What is operating frequency? Omega L. What is this? Minus Z 1 upon omega C, or to be very precise, this is R, L and C. So impedance is R plus J omega L minus J upon omega C. In this case, R and C are 1. So Z here is equal to 1 plus J omega minus J upon omega. Z1 upon omega. So this is equal to 1 plus J into bracket omega minus 1 upon omega. This I can multiply by omega. 1 plus J into bracket omega square minus 1 upon omega. Omega square minus 1 upon omega. So what is the current? Current is V in T. It is sin omega T upon 1 plus J into omega square minus 1 upon omega. So this, now what you can do, this you can rationalize by multiplying sin omega T upon 1 plus J omega square minus 1 upon omega into 1 minus J into omega square minus 1 upon omega upon 1 minus J into omega square minus 1 upon omega. So that what that will become? This 1 plus J, 1 minus J. So this would be 1 square 1 minus this square. So that would be, denominator would be 1 plus J into A, 1 minus J into A is 1 minus A square, where A is this. So 1 minus omega square minus 1 upon omega square will be denominator. And what will be numerator? Numerator would be something 1 minus J into bracket omega square minus 1 upon omega into sin omega. So what is clear now? Denominator is real number. Denominator is a real number and numerator is 1 plus something J into sin omega t. So this denominator is real number. So what will happen? Ultimately this would be 1 upon some number. This I can say as P minus J into this upon this I can say Q upon P into sin omega. So that would be 1 upon P, means I can say some other number as P1 sin omega t minus I can say J P2 sin omega t. So that is P1 sin omega t minus P2 z sin omega t cos omega t. So this is again a sinusoid. So ultimately it would be a sinusoid of some frequency and some phase. What exact frequency and what exact phase will change. There is no need to actually calculate that for each and every circuit. I repeat, once you express it in terms of once you express the answer in terms of something into sin omega t, so ultimately answer would be some number and current I, input is sin omega t, current I would be something into sin omega t, and this would be a complex number. A complex number means something real part, something imaginary part. A complex number multiplying sin omega t means what? Complex number multiplying sin omega t means there would be some amplitude and some phase. If the number is real, the phase difference is 0. If the number is complex, if the number is imaginary, phase difference is 90. If the number is complex, phase difference is neither 0 nor 90, but between 0 and 90. Now, ultimately on what it depends? Ultimately it entirely depends on, so what we can say, this complex number would be this. So there is no need of rationalization also. In general you can have this as IT is equal to 1 upon 1 plus j omega square minus 1 upon omega sin omega t. We can multiply by omega on numerator denominator. So omega upon this omega plus j omega square minus j into sin omega t. So you can express it in any form. Everything depends upon omega. So what we can say, that functioning of a circuit which includes inductance and capacitance depends on operating frequency. As omega changes, everything will change. As omega changes, everything will change in this scenario. Or if you don't want this, you can keep it as it is, as 1 plus j into bracket omega minus 1 upon omega. Omega minus 1 upon omega. This also you can put as it is. Omega 1 plus j into bracket omega minus 1 upon omega. Then you can rationalize and anything you can do. What you can, now we will conclude lecture today, and before coming for next lecture you will try to think how it will change for various values of omega. So if I have omega equal to 1, what will happen? If I have omega equal to 1 upon 1 plus z into bracket 1 upon 1 is 1, so it is 0. So IT would be sin omega t. If omega is 2, what will happen? 1 upon 1 plus z into bracket 2 minus half. 2 minus half, so 1 upon 1 plus z into 1.5 would be the impedance. If omega is half, it would be 1 upon 1 plus z into half minus 2. Half, 1 upon half, 2. So it would be 1 upon 1 minus j into 1.5. So depending upon omega, things will change and we will be getting a